So you're floating the idea of buying a used truck, say $10,000. But makes sense. It's paid in cash. There's no truck payment. Let's talk about that for a minute. There's a couple things when talking about buying a truck. And today, we're going to talk about buying that used truck. Let's say $10,000 truck. Plus or minus, $5,000. Just to say something that most people can save up and pay in cash. So I done a video like this a while back, and I had my dog shirt on. So I had to rekindle the atmosphere, because it's about to get nitty and gritty, and we're gonna dive down deep. So let's see what the pros and the cons are to buying a used truck. I see all pros with few cons. And we're going to talk about the cons first. The cons is, here for example, when I got ready to buy a truck in 2017, from December 2016 to February 2017, those months there, I was looking for a cash truck. I personally had about $40,000 in the bank, and I was looking for a good cash deal. I was looking for that truck that was $10,000 to $20,000, something that even if I had to put $10,000 in the truck, I'd still be all in with a turnkey operation for $30,000 and under cash. That's what I was looking for. But I just couldn't find the deal that I was looking at. I have a particular truck in mind, a particular everything in mind. And during that time, I just couldn't find it. Now, the number one con to this is, most people, including myself at the time, I didn't need a truck that was going to take a lot of work. I needed a truck that was a turnkey operation. I needed a truck that I could buy today and haul freight tomorrow. Mind you, during that time, I had a little bit of money in the bank, so I could sit around for a month or three. I ended up taking 5 months off. So in essence, I could take the time off, but I didn't want to. I wanted something turnkey. I wanted to buy today and haul tomorrow. And that's the majority of people that looks to buy a new truck, or a used truck, a new to them truck. They need something turnkey. They need to be able to buy today and haul tomorrow. So that's the biggest con. It just don't work out for a lot of people. Another con is, a lot of people is not mechanically inclined. See, with a used truck, there's going to be work. There's going to be a lot of things you need to do to that truck. And a lot of people's not mechanically inclined enough to do that. But if you are, kudos to you, and go up there and get it. But that's a big con to the average driver out here, including myself. Before I bought a truck, I didn't know nothing about them. And then I bought a truck, then I learned everything I could. I became a big sponge to the mechanics of trucking, include not just the business side, but the mechanical side as well. With a used truck, you're going to have a lot of work to do. Whether it's shocks, brakes, S-cams, air lines, electrical components in the dash, gauges, a lot of things that you can do yourself. Whereas if you take it to a shop, they're going to take a lot of money from you. So it's very important, if you buy a used truck, to be mechanically inclined enough where you can do your own things. So there's the two biggest cons, the way I see it. Now, bear in mind, this is just my opinion, but let's say you do have the ability to buy a truck and sit on it for a while and do some changes and do some upgrades and do some repairs. And let's say you are mechanically inclined for a lot of things that you can do yourself and save you a lot of money. Let's say you meet that and you're looking for a cash truck and you got $15,000. I'm going to show you a truck right now. I just done a quick search last night, and just to give an example, I found a 2008 Volvo VNL 670. It don't look like a 2008. It's pretty clean. It does have 1 million miles on it. It does have the ISX 15 in it, the CM 870. It's a 2008 model, so chances are it's got a 2007 Cummins in it. It's got 1 million miles on it, and the asking price was $14,800. And if you want to know where that's at, go on to Facebook. Truckers Buy Sell Trade, I think is what it is. And I just looked again, and right now today there is a 2001 FLD 120 sharp looking ride for $9,000. So Here's an example of that truck right here. Check this out. See, that truck right there is super clean. He's asking 14.8. You go to the table with 10, 11, 12, you probably walk away with that truck. And I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to need a transmission, more than likely, clutches, more than likely, or even an end frame. But if you've got enough money where you could buy that truck and take it to your mechanic and say, hey, get this thing roadworthy, if you've got enough money to end frame it, new clutch, new transmission, whatever the case, that's a bargain, that's a deal. For under $30,000, you could have a decent truck paid in cash with, it's going to make you a lot of money. Even if you got $30,000 invested into it, within 6 months, man, you can be, the ROI on that could be all positive. So that's a good deal. Now, the other truck, which is a 2001 FLD for $9,000. Let's talk about that truck right there. Now, I looked at it just briefly, but I'm pretty sure it's got the Mercedes engine in it. I don't know what engine. It might be the Cummins. It did have red. It might be the Cummins, the N14. I've just glanced through it. I didn't plan on doing this where I was really seeing what engine it was. So it did have red top. So let's say it's a redhead Cummins N14. Now that truck is $9,000, flat top FLD. If you got $9,000 and that truck will fire up and run at idle, even if it's rough idle, it's worth $9,000 every day. I mean, thing is about that truck, you could just about, not just about, you could take that truck, give $9,000 for it, scrap it out, sell, just the core on that engine is worth at least half that. And now you've got a whole drivetrain you can scrap out, you got a tranny you can scrap out, Dixie May. So you got a transmission you can scrap out, all the wheels, the hood, everything. And I promise you can scrap that thing out for way more than $9,000. But let's say you're not in the business to chop it up and you want to get it running. Say it does have the redhead N14 Cummins, and say it's a 10-speed, maybe a Super 10, and it's a little shaky. If you need to replace clutches in there, you're probably looking at $1,500 or less. Transmission, you can probably rebuild that transmission for I don't know, don't quote me there. I've not done that on the transmission on an older truck. But an N14, look on eBay. You can get an overhauled, in-framed, out-of-framed N14 with warranty for a damn good price. And let's say you want to keep that one. There's nothing wrong with the block. You want to in-frame it. Put $8,000, $9,000 into it, and within $20,000, you've got a truck that you can make profit with right now. That's a solid truck. 2001 Freightliner still made a solid truck. They're made for 2 million miles, 3 million miles. They will hold up as long as you just replace parts. So the thing about that truck, it's $9,000. If it'll fire up, even if it won't fire up, if that's the truck I'm looking for, and I can get that truck and take it to a mechanic. I was watching a video the other day, chasing Andrew Jackson. He was talking about this, and he'd done it the right way. He bought a cash truck and took it to a mechanic and spent a couple grand on it. The mechanic got it roadworthy, and he's been hauling freight with it since. I'm pretty sure he's got his initial investment back, and now he's just got a truck basically free and clear that's putting money in his pocket week in, week out. So what he done was he bought a truck, a cash truck. When he was ready to work it, he took it to mechanic. Mechanic changed out this, that, everything that needs to be done with it. Spent a couple $1,000s on it, and he's been profitable and been turning money or turning loads since. So here's the thing. I know people that gave $6,000, $7,000 for a truck and put $30,000 in it and be under $40,000, and that truck still runs to date. And they done a lot of work to them. These trucks are nice. Real nice. Nicer than a lot of trucks that's 5 years old. They replaced, interior, dashes, seats, end frames, engines, transmissions, rear end, tires, whatever. And they've got a cleaner truck than most people rolling around in a 5-year-old truck. And I've also known people like Chase and Andrew Jackson, get $15,000 for a truck, put a couple $1,000s in it, be still under $20,000, no truck payment, no truck note. If he wants to say, to hell with y'all, I'm gonna go home for a month, guess what? He can do that because he doesn't have the obligation of that truck note every month that forces him to work. So when we start talking about big truck notes or lease trucks, that's another video we'll put out. You know, y'all stay tuned. We're gonna touch on the late model used trucks, my opinion on that as well. Because unlike a lot of folks, I don't see one way. I see all facets. I understand all facets to make money with a truck. It actually boils down to preference. So with that being said, if you want to buy a new truck, be sure you can take that truck to a mechanic and have them fix everything up. Be mechanically inclined. Buy that truck and be able to do a lot of the work yourself. It's going to save you a lot of money. Oh, excuse me. And also, don't be on a crunch where you got to take that truck and start making money tomorrow. Because it might not be ready tomorrow. If it sits for a couple weeks, a couple months while you get it running up to spec, that's what you need. If it's turnkey, a cash truck is not for you. If you've got $15,000 in the savings account, in the checking account, and $15,000 is all you got, and you run across a deal for $12,000, you've only got $3,000 left over. It might cost you $3,000 to get that truck working, and it might take you 4 weeks to get it all done. So can you make a living for those 3 or 4 weeks? So what I'm saying is, if you buy a truck like that, and if you're still working for somebody, and you still got money coming in, by all means, go for it. Go do it. Get that truck road ready and then put it on the road. I've talked to multiple people that's done that. That's remained company drivers while they've got a truck at home that they're restoring, fixing, whatever, to get it roadworthy. Just research, and learn how to do a lot of that stuff yourself. I don't think nothing's wrong with buying a cash model truck, but you don't need if you need a turnkey operation to make money tomorrow, that's not the best option for you. But if it is, if you meet all that other criteria, the pros versus the cons, hands down, that's the best business model out there. Because right out of the gate, you can eliminate truck payments, which is a huge hit and a huge bonus for an owner-op, because you don't have that obligation to be rolling to make that truck note. So as far as a business model, a cash price buyout truck is the number one option. But you got to meet the criteria for it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I could go a lot further in detail, but I'm going to link a video right there. Oh, there it is. Right there. I went into a lot more detail. Same shirt, go Dogs. That's just my opinion, guys. And I will say this, and I'll say it on the next videos as well. There's more than 101 ways to make money in trucking. Buy a truck. Not buy like cash buy. Buy a truck. You can be used, you can be new. It all boils down to preference and your business model. So catch you in that next video. See you, bye.